Hello everyone, Neofizz here, and welcome back to my short series on the worlds I played in Minecraft before I started recording. And this is world number 5 that I'm in now. And in this world, I was still in Minecraft version 1.2.5, and when I started, that was the spawn point we were just at, and when I came out of the spawn point, I right away noticed that I had a village over here, and I was pretty happy about that, except when I got there, and I'll show you. Actually, I refer to this world as my dual village world, and you'll notice when I come in over here, it is not a dual village, it is a single village that I've got here. We can look all around. There isn't a second village in sight. But in 1.2.5, villages were not really very useful. About the only thing good about them is you got fast food out of the deal. I probably came and harvested some of the wheat here when I started, and the reason I didn't stick around this village was because there wasn't a blacksmith shop. You'll notice there isn't a blacksmith shop here. And that's about the only thing that was useful about villages back in 1.2.5, aside from the food, is to get the chest that was in the blacksmith shop and pillage that for maybe some iron or some gear or maybe a few diamonds or something, but there wasn't one here, so I thought, oh no, what a drag, that's no good. So I did adventure off in that direction, and eventually found a dual village. So I'm going to quickly run out there, and I think we'll fast forward our way through that. Alright, so here we are at the dual village. You can see over there we've got a village, and over here we have a village. Boy, what a lucky find the seed was. And that village I did a little bit of work on, and this village I did major work on. But here is where I found myself a skeleton spawner, and I took advantage of that in order to get myself bones and arrows. Not bows, bones. And I'll quickly run in here and show you what was up with this. This was just a small cave down in there, and I didn't do much with that because it didn't go far. I sort of make the green carpet all in here, but this come to a dead end, and I was figuring on expanding in here, but before I could do that, I ended up finishing with this world and moved on. So you can see here we've got ourselves a skeleton spawner, and it spawns rather nicely. And up there you can see we've got the elevator that pulls them all up, and they eventually fall down. Now this was an original design that I had followed pretty much exactly from a video that I saw on YouTube, and it worked pretty good until Minecraft updated. Then it didn't work as good. There's a pressure plate here, so when you pushed that, it did the double piston to push all the goods forward. And you can see here, once we updated to a certain point, we started getting this glitching where they would fall but then not fall, and then fall again and then not fall, till eventually, finally, someone up there would push them off the edge and they would fall for real. So that became a bit of a bother, but at least they became a simple one-hit kill once they were down here. And that was pretty good, and you could push the goods forward and pick them up, and that was fine. But this spawner served me well while it lasted. Hold on a sec while I bring it to daytime here before we go out and check out some more of the stuff here. But you can see I fiddled around in here a lot. I lit it up nicely. I even put this little viewing port in here that wasn't all that useful, but it was kind of neat to watch them go up and down. And I set myself up here with this nice automatic door, and the pressure plate makes sure that the door automatically closes when I come in. So you can see them, they sort of do their thing there, but a lot of the time you get a couple of them stuck up there, and it isn't until the third one comes along. The original design would push them over when a second one came along, but once we got to a certain update, that all changed. Let's get these fuzzy guys out of the way here before they come and do the Kawaboomba thing to me. And we'll go over to this village first, so I can quickly show you what got done here. Whee! Now this was a not bad little village. As you can see, it did have a blacksmith shop here, which was good. And I did get it to populate itself just for the fun of it, because like I say, this was 1.2.5 and it wasn't that useful. The only thing that grew here was wheat, and as you know now with 1.5.1 we can get potatoes as well as carrots growing in these farms when you discover it too. So I got involved with making these funny looking houses here, and each one of these houses has 20 doors. And if you know a bit about the mechanics of villages, for I think it's every 22 doors, I think spawns, or I think it's, was it every 22 villagers spawns another iron golem, and I think it was something like every 2.5 or 3.5 doors spawns a villager, or makes the villagers reproduce. So having all these extra doors definitely made them reproduce rather nicely. And I think it was over, which way? This way, here. Over here is where I made my little base, and this was okay. So if I was over at this village doing things, then I could hide out in this base. I don't seem to have a bed here though. Here, let's take the bed that I've got and plop it down. Just so it's there. This and typically with this style of house I would make a basement. Even though I didn't use that one, I still made it, and I'd always have an upstairs, and this is where I would put my enchanting table. And I had all these ports here, so if there was mobs out there I could shoot them with my bow and arrow. And like I say, this was 1.2.5, so you had to have 30 bookshelves to enchant to level 50. And I think it was when we got to 1.3, they changed that to, so the maximum enchanting was level 30 and you only needed 15 bookshelves for that. So that was okay. It worked good enough while it was there. But I didn't do a lot with this village except, you know, put those couple houses in. I worked on the landscaping a bit so that we wouldn't have all kinds of jumpy walkways and unevenness. I made it nice and flat, and I built that little base house there. Over here on the other village, though, I did a little bit more to it. And I thought this was just so cool having two villages here. It's like something you really never see. This has got to be close to the minimum distance that villages can spawn apart from each other. So you can see over here, I had a few reed farms. That was a natural pond that I put reeds around, and this here was a nice long water trough I made to grow reeds here as well. So I got the cattle going. I think I had a reed farm here too, but I found that it obscured my view and fuzzy guys could hide out behind it too close to my base. So I got rid of that. So you can see we had lots of cattle here for getting leather and meat. And we had the chickens here. And we had also the Piggly Wigglies back here too. And over here I had myself some tree farms going. I had the oak farm. I had the birch farm. Over back here I had the spruce farm. And let's see, yeah, I even got a jungle tree farm going back here as well. And if I go down this way, I also had over here, this was just on the edge of the snow biome, that I put this in here, and this was okay as a snowball making machine. But I gotta be careful because you can accidentally knock the ground out on this. So this was one of my first ones, and I didn't think about putting something more solid than dirt under there, so it's too easy to knock the ground out, and that guy will fall down, and then your next swing kills him by accident. So I had to be careful with that, but in 1.2.5 it wasn't such a big deal. Now also let's go check out the rest of the village here, because once again I believe there was another blacksmith shop here someplace. Is there? Geez, I could have swore there was. No, I guess there wasn't. Huh. Oh well, at least between the two of them I had a blacksmith shop though, so I was able to pillage the chest at the one. And I played around with making these funny buildings again that had tons of extra doors so that they would spawn more. And I thought that was funny up there. They all go up the ladder to that building, and then they can't figure out how to come back down. So that was, I think these villagers are dumber than aggressive mobs, because an aggressive mob has enough brains to go down a ladder, but these guys don't. You can see lots of the guys here now. Now that we're in an updated version, these guys will trade with you as well. But I'm not playing this world anymore, so I'm not trading with them. So this was a good world. I had the gardens that I extended, and here we've got my little base. And here you see I've got these iron doors with the buttons and everything, just so that the villagers can't come into the inside of my home here. And here I had this was an Ethel-inspired pumpkin and melon farm, so that as soon as you walked in on the pressure plate, it would bop them all, and then they'd be ready to harvest. Neat, eh? So that made for really easy harvesting, which I thought was great. Sure saved you a lot of time and trouble. And upstairs here we had the enchanting table once again. Chests all around with the stuff. This was a kind of neat little lookout I made with the pumpkins up here lighting it. I could sit up here, and when the aggressive mobs come out at night, I could stand up here and ping them off with my bow and arrow. And typically I'd find them off in the distance there, and I could shoot at them. Now, you'll notice here all these torches, and the reason they're there is because they represent some slime chunks. And this I thought was just luckier than the luckiest when I found out about this, because in there, I'll quickly show you. If we go down, whee, flash, we have slimes. And this was just crazy. This is the only time I've ever found this. I actually had 5 chunks in a row that were all slime chunks here. So I excavated it all out, dressed it all up nicely, and here I can sit here behind my little wall and get these guys. And you can see I even put that little hallway there so that they would all fly backwards when I'm hitting them. And that way I wouldn't have to go wandering everywhere to get their goods after I took them out, right? So that was kind of neat. And then afterwards I would just go through this door, run up, get all the goods. And it was a good thing. So I had slime balls coming out of the wazoo with this slime farm. I've never had such a successful slime farm. And this is long before the swamp biomes would give you slimes spawning on the surface. So yeah, you had to find chunks and do this sort of thing to them in order to take advantage of getting the slimes. And oh, what was this here? I think I might have even forgotten about this. Aha! This was to the mines and ravines, and I basically had a mine cart here that would take me way off to where I had found a ravine and abandoned mine shaft where I could get more iron and diamonds and gold and stuff. But I'm not going to bother taking you way down there because that's a pretty long ride. And here I had the good old minecart elevator to get up really quick. You can see it's a really long way up. And if I just spam the right click, I'm up in a flash. That's probably the fastest elevator system there is these mine carts. So I took advantage of that. And here we had, once again, Etho-inspired mushroom farm. Now I know you can grow the giant mushrooms so that you can get more faster, but this was kind of convenient. You just step here, the water would flow, all the mushrooms would come flowing out into your inventory, and that was really convenient. And then when you get off the plate, it would stop again, so that was neat. There's my portal to the nether, and here's my storage room. Lots of storage. And it was some person I can't remember that had shown this storage room style, and I liked this so much. This is the style I always used after that. And this is just a disposal area, fireplace that I could throw stuff into to get rid of it. And about the only thing left is to show you the nether. So here, this was my original route that I took, but I eventually found a quicker, easier path and made it permanent this way. So we can go running on down. And this was back when I was still using 2x2 hauls. Now I usually use 3x3 hauls when I make a tunnel in the nether, just so that there's more room to move and jump and so on to travel fast. So, and this was a fair distance away, but I have had it even further away that I've gone in order to find a nether fort. But this one was kind of medium to long, but not the longest. Go running finally down these stairs, and I used half slab stairs here so I could run up them as well. And I got to be careful now coming in here, because now we can get nether skeletons, or wither skeletons actually, around here. So I got to be careful that there aren't any when I come in. And here we have our blaze farm. Now, this was another lucky find here, because I actually found 2 blaze spawners that were close enough together to where if I stood somewhere like right about here, they would both spawn simultaneously, which was nice, so that I could really get the the blaze is going rapidly. And over here, I think I was doing potions, I believe. Well, don't have any here though, so maybe I wasn't doing potions yet. But I could come down here, and this worked out pretty good, that I could just push the button on one, then run over and push the button on the other one. And typically by the time I got back, this was done crushing these ones. So I could kill them, and open it back up. And by the time I was done killing them, this one would be done too, and I could kill them too, and collect the rods and get the experience. Now this is the Neofizz ice cream cone design for a blaze farm, and it worked pretty good. It worked very good actually. It worked excellently actually. So I was able to get to level 50 to do my enchanting pretty quickly, and while I was waiting I could do nether wart farming if I wanted to, and I could come here and look out and laugh at the ghast that couldn't see me and whatnot. This was okay. But that just about does it. This was a fun world to play in, and I played it for quite some time, but eventually I moved on to bigger and better things, because the 1.3 version of Minecraft came out, which had a lot of other features that you could take advantage of, but it was smart to start a new world when you did that. So thanks. I hope you enjoyed watching the quick tour of this world. You can see I did quite a bit with it. It was a lot of fun, and so thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoyed it. Everybody take care, and stay tuned for the next episode. But until then, this is Neofizz signing out.